Good morning, my friends. We are live on Trickstar Radio. How are we doing? It's Breakfast with KXVU. We have just gone live on YouTube as well. Cubcam TV if you want to get the exclusive in-house visuals for how the show runs. Oh, I'm excited, man. It's good to be back. It's good to be back on the streams. I've been away for 4 days in total. It's only been 4 days since I last streamed, and I feel so not there. Anyway, out to everyone locking in this morning. We've got some fantastic stuff on the way. I'm so excited. That on there coming from Africa with Ndeke Solo on the way. We've got some bangers for you. We've still got some more coffee to play, some more Jaffro as well. We've got a world exclusive from Will B dropping at around 8:40ish, just before to be precise. I'm very excited, man. I'm very, very excited. There's loads of good stuff on the way. Out to everyone joining us on the YouTube for the first time as well. If you do want to lock in, make sure you just head over to youtube.com/Cubcam TV. Hit that subscribe button as well. As I said before, we are on the route to hitting 1,000 subs. I want to get there as soon as possible, purely because as soon as we hit 1,000, there's so much more stuff we can do. So hit that subscribe button if you are looking in via that. But if you are looking in via the Trickstar Radio app, make sure you subscribe to the updates as well. There's going to be new podcasts dropping on a regular basis, and it's all going to be very exciting indeed. Let's move into some new music though. This next one, as I said, coming from Coffee. This one, Pressure. We played Lockdown earlier in the hour, and those two tunes, to be honest with you, are the two biggest tunes of hers that she's dropped in a long period of time. It's really exciting to see her back doing what she does best, and just being involved again, to be honest with you. I've also seen she's got a feature on the upcoming Protégé album, which does drop this Friday as well. She's all over the place at the minute, and that's what we love to see. So don't go anywhere. Keep it locked. We are live on the big bad Trickstar Radio. Having a whale of a time this morning. It's been a very enjoyable start to the day. 31 minutes past 8. Keep it locked. It's Breakfast with KXVU. Oh, yes.
Under the pressure, if you watch up and take away now, we cheat in a second, cause we all under pressure, my friend. Sometimes when you feel it, you cry down. Hurt your heart, but do not make it stress, cause it happy be better, not be living at the ghetto, be under the pressure, my friend. Yeah, Lord have mercy, this can't get no worse, if we call it a curse, so me heart it a hurt me. Call it thirsty because from me birth to the first me, I feel like the father deserts me. But when the pressure erupt, me never give up. No, me never give in. And me send up a prayer for the better living. I can't ball, so I better me sing. And so under the pressure, yeah, under the pressure. If you watch up and take away now, we cheat in a second, cause we all under pressure, my friend. Sometimes when you feel it, you cry down. Hurt your heart, but do not make it stress, cause it happy be better, not be living at the ghetto, be under the pressure, my friend. You're not for be the one who beg the old man and nigga summer from him pumpkin farm. Yeah, or the lady way I hustle in the streets, so speak here, baby, something warm. Because your pocket could have deep, have a nice pretty vehicle and all kind of visa, so life should have sweet you, but I could have teach you all times would have reach you, and this time I know something come. Under the pressure, yeah, under the pressure. If you watch up and take away now, we cheat in a second, cause we all under pressure, my friend. Sometimes when you feel it, you cry down. Hurt your heart, but do not make it stress, cause it happy be better, not be living at the ghetto, be under.
Coffee bringing the good flavours on this one, Pressure. A brand new single. Still got a new one from Jaffro to play as well. Following that, we're going to get into a world exclusive from one of our lockdown guests. And like Will B, people. Very exciting stuff.
Gosh, did I too long? Oh, gosh, if I too long? I can't wait to see the sun. Under the pressure, yeah, under the pressure. If you watch up and take away now, we cheat in a second, cause we all under pressure, my friend. Sometimes when you feel it, you cry down. Hurt your heart, but do not make it stress, cause it happy be better, not be living at the ghetto, be under the pressure, my friend. Under the pressure, under the pressure, yeah, under the pressure, under the pressure. If you put up, it take away now. We cheat in a second, cause we all under pressure, my friend. Sometimes when you feel it, you cry down.
Trickstar Radio.
I hurt your heart, you know, but you no make it stress, cause I feel the better, and I feel living at the ghetto, feel be under the pressure, my friend.
Yo, this is Witty Boy, and right now you're tuning to The Breakfast Show with KXVU on Trickstar Radio. Keep it locked.
I don't really smoke too much, but I done blazed on a Mount Zion. There isn't any rhythm that me can't style on. Lonely, I'm lonely, because there ain't nobody on the wave I'm on. It's a downpour when I drink and drip. Tsunami with the wave I'm strong. Me no want take you on the place I'm from. Just want vacate to an island. I'm not cheesy with it, me just easy with it. And I bet you can't say I'm wrong. She want tease me with it, but just release me with it, because me can't really stay quite long. She want please me with it because she see me winning, and now she singing the words to my song. She said sign about all night long. But for now, just
out to the man like Will B, out to Ellen Gandalf, all the locked in crew as well. Let us know if you're locked in at Cub KXVU, at Trickstar BTN on the socials. Having a good time this morning.
I was inspired by the view from a blue mountain. I tasted the coffee, it was coming like a rapture. Felt like a drink from a youth fountain. Now I can make a tune that your crew bouncing. Me want paper, get a few pounds in. Me want drink, get a few rounds in. Him have a few gal around him, and him a tell them, wine your body, kiss up, get naughty. You spend your week working, live your life and just party. For now, just wine your body, kiss up, get naughty. You spend your week working, live your life and just party. You want me, see you in my dark. Spend your whole night lurking, in your bag and get naughty. I've been telling you want me, see you in my dark. Spend your whole night lurking, in your bag and get naughty.
Right then, my friends, we're inside the building. It's Breakfast with KXVU here on the Big Bad Trickstar Radio. Out to everyone locking in via the multiple platforms. We are now live via. Just gone 37 minutes past 8, and we're moving into one of today's key features. I am super excited for this. Oh my word, it's going to be a good one. So, what we want to do with the show as we move forward is we want to make it more and more interactive. We want to give it more and more and more elements. We want to make it as big and as powerful as possible across all the different platforms. That's DAB, that's the Trickstar Radio app, that's Radio Cult, that's TuneIn, that's the Trickstar website, it's the Breakfast with KXVU stream on Cubcam TV. So what we're going to do this is we are going to start running official world exclusive premieres. Are you silly in the head? I am so excited for this. Today is the first one we are running as an official first radio play, which makes me super excited, I have to say. I've got my effects pad in the corner now as well, which is making life a lot more fun for me. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be getting into this one next, Sounds of Will B. Now, if you haven't heard of Will B, he's one of my favourite, basically Brighton-based artists who really, really brings something special to the table. He's got a really unique approach, and I love the fact that he's not really afraid to go over different types of instrumental and try different things. So we have got his brand new single, and when I say brand new, I mean brand new. The music video isn't even out there yet. Are you mad? I'm so excited for it, man. I'm super, super excited. We're going to be getting into this one in just a second. A full world exclusive of Will B's brand new single that goes by the name of Let Me Know. And I've got my effects pad. I love having my effects pad. As I said before, we are live on Trickstar Radio, at Cub KXVU, at Trickstar BTN on all the socials. If you haven't already, make sure you go and download that Trickstar Radio app. You get all of this stuff live from your phone. You can set timers on it. You can do all sorts. It's a super high-tech app. And yeah, that's what we're moving to this morning. Let's get into this one then. Sounds of Will B. World exclusive business here on the Big Bad Trickstar Radio. Are you mad?
Hey, listen up. What we got right here, this one is a world exclusive for Breakfast with KXVU. World exclusive for breakfast with Kobe.
I can never think about another girl. Been riding, I'm riding this ride for you. No time, can't lie to you. Maybe I never wanna let you go. Sade or Sadie, I'll never know. Heart beating as fast as the metronome. If you wanna see me, baby, then let me know. Let me know, car whipping in a motor. Coming over and I never told ya. Not a stoner, B, I'm not a smoker. Better shisha before I bend you over. Aha, I said it's funny, boo. Lucky me, now B, it's lucky you. What's money when I'm stuck with you? Get money, make money, that's the fucking truth. SKT is no joke. Always see you popping up at shows. After hours, you're always here when it's closed. After showers, you're always here in no clothes car. Let's not lie, B, I know you want it. I live my life just the way I want it. So just sit tight when I'm ready for you. And I don't bite unless you really want it. If you wanna link, I said I gotta go. I can never think about another girl. Been riding, I'm riding this ride for you. No time, can't lie to you. Maybe I never wanna let you go. Sade or Sadie, I'll never know. Heart beating as fast as the metronome. If you wanna see me, baby, then let me know. And I'm forever knowing. Sunglass in my eye for the light you showing. Yeah, tickle a bit, but I got the weapon on me. And I ain't coming out unless it's 50 degrees. Turkey setting and I'm smiling. Big bag ting, get a wine in. Lying back, I ain't got nothing to do. And I won't text back, I'm not in the mood. So glad it ain't raining. Sun's in my eyes, but I really ain't complaining. Music bits I watch waiting. Then run the ting, it's campaigning. Ching the glass is champagne. I love seeing bros with me that get paid. My team win, you see us on stage. That's SMR, my bros from back day. If you wanna link, I said I gotta go. I can never think about another girl. Been riding, I'm riding this ride for you. No time, can't lie to you. Maybe I never wanna let you go. Sade or Sadie, I'll never know. Heart beating as fast as the metronome. If you wanna see me, baby, then let me know.
Sounds of Will Be on this one. World exclusive business. Exclusive to Trickstar Radio. That's how we like to do it. Out to everyone in the chat right about now. Out to everyone messaging in. We've got some really enjoyable people enjoying the show today, which I'm absolutely loving. This is Breakfast with Kovu here on Trickstar Radio.
I can never think about another.
Bringing you them exclusives, baby.
I'm riding this ride for you. No time, can't lie to you. Maybe I never wanna let you go. Sade or Sadie, I'll never know. Heart beating as fast as the metronome. If you wanna see me, baby, then let me know.
World exclusive for breakfast with Kobe.
Trickstar Radio, live from the heart of Brighton.
What tune that one was? Sounds of Will Be with Let Me Know. This one, Champion Sound in the building. It's a remix of Family from Popcorn. Just gone 43 minutes past 8 here. Trickstar Radio, we're inside the building. Are you mad?
Family,
Sounds of Popcorn on that one, the Champion remix of Family. What an absolute banger that one is. Out to everyone locking into the show right about now. We are live on Trickstar Radio. Inside the building, bringing you fresh flavours this morning. Out to the locked in crew each and every time. Live on YouTube as well via youtube.com/CubCamTV if you want to see an exclusive look into the studio and how we're running things this morning. Having a great time of it, I've got to say. On the way, we've got two bangers back to back for you. Keeping it very musical today. Obviously easing into this new double live streaming scenario and all of the things around it. We want to make sure everything is running as smoothly as possible. It's a lot to take on, but we're up to the challenge, and that's what I absolutely love. This next one coming from Mr. Easy alongside Empower Africa, going by the name of I Don't Give Up on You. Following that, we also have some new ones from Submotion Orchestra, their new single, Blend.
Yo, this is Ellie Sabine Singh, and you're listening to Breakfast with KXVU.
It's your boy Easy. Zaga what? Zaga dance.
Jersey on the beat.
Them no dey propose for club, but your body puts me on the spot. Before another person go come take your love. Oh, I must lose you to my shot. Sweet me like Moscato, body shape like Coca-Cola. You be the way you do me so, you must follow me go. Oh, sweet me like Moscato, your body shape like Coca-Cola. The way you do me so, baby, I no go give up on you. 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 Baby, I dey eye for your body. It dey make I dey feel so jolly. Baby, now you dey eye me. Oh, baby, tell me why me. Baby, I dey eye for your body. It dey make I dey feel so jolly. Baby, now you dey eye me. Oh, baby, tell me why me. Them no dey propose for club, but your body puts me on the spot. Before another person go come take your love. Oh, I must lose you to my shot. Sweet me like Moscato, body shape like Coca-Cola. You be the way you do me so, you must follow me go. Oh, sweet me like Moscato, your body shape like Coca-Cola. Oh baby yo, I no go give up on you. I no go give up on you. I no go give up on you. Yeah, I no go give up on you. I no go give up on you.
Yo, it's your boy Hamdi. You're locked into Breakfast with a Bad Boy KXVU on Trickstar Radio, the baddest selector in Brighton.
Your heart, ooh, 'cause I lost my home far away. Tearing apart, ooh, I won't look back for you. There's truth that lives and dies. It's hard to know which is which sometimes. This is the end. This is our end. 'Cause the colors never seem to blend. This is the end. This is our end. 'Cause the colors never seem to blend.
hard to know which is which sometimes. This is the end. This is our end. Cause the colors never seem to blend. This is the end. This is our end. Cause the colors never seem to blend.
Sounds of Submotion Orchestra on this one. Track entitled Blend. Incredible tune, it has to be said. I had the pleasure of interviewing them a few weeks ago for their 10 years of Submotion tour. Listen to this outro, it's stunning.
Time's running out. Ooh, as I glimpse myself away. Love may be blind. Ooh, desire is not.
Right then, friends, we're back inside the building. How are we doing this morning? Out to everyone locking into the show via the 1,000 different streaming platforms we're now on. Out to man like Jack locking in, saying, yes, KXVU, nice to be back. How are you doing, my friend? It's been 4 whole days since I've seen you. I hope you're doing well. Out to all the regular listeners as well. Out to everyone who we've built up over this time period as well. All 940 something of you. That was the number this morning. Out to all you guys who've really made lockdown very fun for myself. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be jumping into a couple. We're going to jump into one more banger before we get into the interview section. So today, as I said, we're going to be talking to CHIEDU ORAKA. We're going to be talking to him about his upcoming releases, his kind of musical background, everything he's got going on, etc. And then we are also going to be moving on into a conversation with Becky on the beat. Someone who I am a massive fan of in regards to the management side of things, as well as obviously looking at her new music, discussing what she's been up to over lockdown, and just in general having a bit of a catch up. That's what we like to do with the interviews on this show, man. We like to make sure we are bringing you as many different sort of styles and flavors as possible, and obviously keeping you entertained in the morning. As I said before, it's been absolutely wicked getting back into this studio, getting back into the rhythm of things. Finally, we've got everything set up, so we are now able to do this sort of live stream scenario alongside being available via the Trickstar Radio app and via DAB and via 1,000 different places. So thank you for bearing with us for those first couple of days. Anyway, on the way, we're going to be getting into one of the biggest bangers of the summer. Sounds of Bruce C on this one. Again, I'm someone who I have the utmost admiration for. The kind of platform he's built for himself, the different brands and things that are behind that platform as well. It's been awesome to watch his growth over the last few years. So to see this tune come together with another one of my favorite artists right about now, man like Charlie P, this one going by the name of Cardio. It's an absolute belter, and I could not be happier to be playing it for you this morning. It's just gone at 5 to 9 here on Trickstar Radio. Stick around, we're about to get into the interview hour, and it's just gonna get even better as we go. As we get more and more comfortable in this 1,000 button setting, it's gonna get more and more fun. So don't go anywhere. Keep it locked, people.
This is Trickstar.
Yeah. You know, see the man like Bruce and the man like Charlie P are passing through now. Yeah. Now hear this. Yo, grab a buckle, bust it off. Y'all follow we like some puppy dog. Step in at the dance and we lock it off. Shake it up, pop it off. My DJ, turn up the audio. Yeah, you know it's me like Mario. Hip hip hooray. Skip gym today when you step in at the rave. Hear bass and cardio.
I'm a drum and bass MC, just like Shabba and Skibber. Roll to the rave with my ganja and liquor. Big up Charlie P, he's a bad man singer. Gal wanting the D, Mike Gallivant or salmon and quinoa, salad and pita. Stamina slicker, I'll lap a man quicker. No need for the gym, we got the bass and the cardio. Tell a man roll to my class and get slimmer. more. Baseline fatter, deal with the matter. Man like the Nike Supreme and the patter. Brain from Kim and the beat from Natasha. Filling up her belly like she eat from a platter. Rhythm get shatter, nothing on breader. Looking for the money, where's the cheese and where's the cheddar? Inside the rave where the people come together. Drums and the bass, let the music last forever.
Yo, grab a buckle, bust it up. Y'all follow we like some puppy dog.
Charlie P, one of the smoothest people out there right now. What a tune this is.
Pop it off, my DJ, turn up the audio. Yeah, you know it's me like Mario. Hip hip parade, skip gym today. When you step in at the rave, hear bass and cardio. Hey, we are go work ya like a gym instructor. What? Gally move your waist, gally move your bumper. Charlie P and Bruce C, they are in your area. Bassline make you move and exercise. Pass me my weed, Hennessy and grind. Them three together, I go bring me higher. What? Shell down the dance, me on the vibe supplier. Me am right to the top when you check the flyer. Yo, first me boss a skank, them boss the shamps. Life's good, got money in me piggy bank. What? Think you had it done, then bring it on. Say, when me sing me song, the gala sing along. Real reggae artists like D Brown and Yellow Man. Don't ready tell a man, no make me shell a man. Never once in my life me go and bread a man. Like Brucey, when you see me say Mega Man. Yo, grab a buckle, bust it up. Step in at the dance and we lock it up. My DJ, turn up the audio.
Out to Alice, saying, I will never stop screaming about that Submotion Orchestra track. And big up me for playing it every day. Big up you for listening.
Bass and cardio, because we mega trendsetter. Yo. Never could have changed like Bruce Jenner.
Hey, it's Sabrina here, and you're tuned into Breakfast with the man himself,
Big rhythm coming heavy like bench presser.
Look it up, you see music made me switch it up. Me run things, me not in a no fisticuffs.
You know we switch it up, big vibes lift it up. DJ mix it up, hotline ring it up.
We go bust it like a dangagan, no beg no pardon. Cook up like a dan, from Nantes to London. We move and pam pam, only deal with Antom. Tonight we're on one.
Tonight we're on one. 1-2 selector, who's on the mic causing danger? Bruce on mic around the sector, shut down festival arena. Bad boy behavior, quick raise up making the paper. Come true shock a man like taser, come true put the plan to paper.
Later we'll be creator, go and get a shape up. One to the rave and make me paper. Yo, me have to get me cake up. Me like me gal natural, them no need no makeup.
Don't need no makeup, contour, bonjour, on tour. Last tune, encore, once more, big split, of course. Highlight, Concord, so bust the skank. Go looking dank, step in the dance, put up your hands, we make them skank. So
grab a buckle, bust it up. Y'all follow we like some puppy dog. Step in at the dance, lock it up. Shake it up, pop it off. My DJ, turn up the audio. Yeah, you know it's me like Mario. Hip hip parade, skip gym today. When you step in at the rave, you're bass and cardio.
Trickstar.
Yo, it's Wakeup. You're now locked into the Breakfast Show with KXVU. Anytime it's live, you have to go true.
The brand new Trickstar Radio app is now available to download from the App Store. Every show can be streamed live, and you can even look ahead to see when our DJs and presenters will be on air throughout the day, all from the comfort of your own pocket. Stay up to date with the latest station news, events, and more from around Brighton Town. Trickstar Radio, leading the way in music culture.
Leading the way in music culture.
Trickstar Radio.
Right then, friends, we're live inside the building. Just gone 9 o'clock here on Breakfast. We're going to be getting into our first interview in just a second. CHIEDU ORAKA is going to be on the phone. This first one, Man Behaving Badly, featuring D's Kid. Don't go anywhere.
Breakfast with KXVU.
Trickstar Radio.
Can you hear me?
Out on the lash, burning cash, getting mashed up, I don't know where I'm at. I'm a beggar, say my warning. I'll be home at 7 in the morning. Pop culture with my alliance, party bags and public violence. So defiant. A few more drinks and there's gonna be a riot. That's how we get down when we're out on the town. sound as a pound. I bought the last one, sure round. Stop being shady, bottles are a pound and I spewed on my trainers. Got my beaters on, not the vapors. Like the Maguires, I'm shameless. Men behaving badly, nothing can tame us.
Flexing now. When we stepping in the club and the man are just flexing now. But we don't give a damn about them man. Yeah, tell a pretty lady. Yeah, she go put it on me. Yeah, flexing now. Oh, drop down and give me something.
I get a call off Bees and he said don't be late cause we gotta meet these bills in the pub. One's got back and the other's got and he said one's face ain't up to no good and the cab pulls up and I'm stressed that it's late and the cabman's black try and cause me blood. Don't take man for mud cause you might see blood. Better get to the pub, wanna give a go. Legs all over like Bambi. Think I've had too much brandy. I don't wanna stay long, only here for a cameo, but her body sweet like candy. Why's the doorman getting all handy? Cause the girls still see you wanna ban me. Ask Dave about a funky Friday. I don't want one mate, but it can be.
Now. When we stepping in the club and the man are just flexing now. But we don't give a damn about them man. Yeah, tell a pretty lady. Yeah, she go put it on me. Yeah, flexing now. Oh, drop down and give me something.
Step for a gun finger. If you step on my trainer, I might chin ya. I just came for a drink and a wine, so a girl could be skinny or have timber. I get girls, I don't need Tinder. Fell in love with Darcy, now I want Linda. And she said she's got a lot of scars. Scar, I'm Team Simba. A two-step or a gun finger. If you step on my trainer, I might chin ya. I just came for a drink and a wine, so a girl could be skinny or have timber. I get girls, I don't need Tinder. Fell in love with Darcy, now I want Linda. And she said she's got a lot of scars. Scar, I'm Team Simba.
We're not behaving badly in a this thing. We're not behaving badly in a this thing. Yeah, not follow no rule. We not follow no rule. I do my thing. Not follow no rule. We not follow no rule. No. We're not behaving badly in a this thing. We're not behaving badly in a this thing. Yeah, not follow no rule. We not follow no rule. I do my thing. Not follow no rule. We not follow no rule. No. Just flexing now. When we step into the club and the man are just flexing now. But we don't give a damn about them man. Yeah, tell a pretty lady. Yeah, she go put it on me. Yeah, flexing now. Oh, drop down and give me something. Drop down and give me something. Drop down and give me something. Drop down and give me something.
Right then, friends, we're back inside the building. Out to everyone locking in this morning. Just gone 3 minutes past 9 here on the Big Bad Trickstar Radio. Hope everyone is enjoying the show so far. It's been a fantastic start to the day, and we're about to get into our first interview of the day. I love getting into these first ones. And like CHIEDU ORAKA is on the line. How are you doing, sir?
I'm good, bro. I'm good. How are you this morning?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Thank you for jumping on the line with us. This is one I've been looking forward to, man. Obviously, once we found out we were coming back to the Trickstar Radio studio, we wanted to line up some really exciting interviews and kind of look through some different sort of styles and elements of music more than anything else. So this was one of the first ones that actually got confirmed as soon as we found that out. So as I said, it's an absolute pleasure to have you in. So what we're going to be looking at today, obviously, is new music, your kind of roots as well. So with this show, there's a real kind of mixed audience in regards to the people that get involved. Obviously, we've got people from more dance music backgrounds. We've got people kind of that lock in because it's the Brighton-based station. We've got people that lock in specifically for sort of hip-hop and rap sort of elements. So with yourself, what I'd kind of like to get is a bit of background on yourself. So let's break it down on a very simple one. For those that don't know, who is CHIEDU ORAKA?
Well, CHIEDU ORAKA is just the sound of, like, northern working class Britain, man. Like, literally, I'm from Hull in East Yorkshire. I'd say, like, I burst onto the scene locally, like, 2011 when I released my first mixtape, Not Your Average Spitting Volume 1. And then ever since then, like, I've just been progressing, like, just obviously doing gigs in my own city, and then, like, going to Yorkshire and then to London, and then I've had, like, millions of streams on Spotify, and I've performed, like I say, all over the country. I've had radio spins on, like, national radio, and obviously the journey's just continuing, so I'm just here to stay.
Nice, man. Well, it's sick to hear. Like, with this then, obviously, you're someone now that's in a position that's quite established. You've been involved in a lot of different kind of, for a fair few years now, you've been involved getting a lot of music out there and the right people kind of hearing it and supporting it in a lot of ways. So what was the kind of earlier sort of side of things like for you? Like, how did you, like, first kind of get involved with music?
So, like, I started through, like, the house party scene, but, like, very young. So, like, we're talking 05 times, like we used to just go. Me and my boys, we used to just go to house parties, and we was heavily influenced by like Channel U and US rap. And I used to just freestyle at these parties. And I had a friend at the time called Crafty who was actually rapping, like trying to do this seriously in the area. And he was just saying, bro, like you're sick, but you need to start penning down your rhymes. We need to start making some songs. So that's what I started doing. Like I said, like where I come from in Hull, it's very guitar centric. There's been a lot of bands that have come from Hull. Like it is a very band city. So them times there, it was pretty tough even getting gigs or even going anywhere where you could express yourself in terms of rap music or grime music. But we just kept on banging on the doors. A lot of the people that I started with are not with me no more. I'm just sort of, I was flying the flag solo for a while, and then obviously I got a little collective together, and yeah, we just kept on progressing. Do you know what I mean? Like it just started really like most people did, house parties, youth clubs. And yeah, man, now we've like headlined festivals and stuff like that.
It's amazing, man. I mean, having that as the journey overall. Like, do you look back into those earlier sort of days and go, "Wow, we've kind of smashed this"?
You know what? Though I'm someone, and it's something that I need to improve on. Like, I've never really give myself a pat on the back because I'm not where I want to be yet. Do you know what I mean? There's still a long way to go. Yeah, we've come far. Like literally. I can say this, and I think a lot of people would vouch for me. Like single-handedly, like created a whole scene in my city. Like no one was really rapping in a Hull accent and talking the way I was talking before like me. Do you know what I mean?
Of course.
So that is something I should really praise myself for, but I don't, man, because there's, like I say, there's so much that I want to do. I'm so far away from where I want to be. So I just keep on going. I just don't get gassed.
Yeah, man, but I think there is something with that though. I think that's I think that's almost like ambition being defined when you're not stopping kind of to give yourself a pat on the back every sort of few minutes and go, oh, we've done that this time, we've done that this time. I think it's that kind of thing of I want to carry on this growth. I'm not happy yet.
Yeah, definitely, man. Like it's all about progressing, man. We just can't sleep. We can't rest on our laurels, man. Like I have sleepless nights, like every other artist. You know what I mean? Because obviously we're coming from a place of struggle, like real struggle, like up north, like especially in Hull, like we're like the forgotten city. Do you know what I mean? So there's a lot of pressure, but people say pressure is a privilege. So yeah, man, let's keep going.
Nice, man. Okay, cool. So we've got some music to run from yourself today. The first one we ran was a track called Man Behaving Badly, yourself alongside D's Kid. How did that one come together?
So like D's, he's like my in-house producer. He's a member of we've got a collective called Lockdown, which is like me. Shout outs to D's Kid, who's a producer and a rapper, and shout out to our DJ, Joe the Third. So that's the collective. That just came about because he made the beat. We was just vibing with it. We actually got the hook first. So a guy called Jacob Aaron, big up Jacob, kid from Brighton. We did a gig with him years ago in London, and I just remember liking his tone, so I just sent it out to him. He spat his hook and the little bridge, and we was like, yeah, we've got a banger. And then me and Deezy just applied our verses.
Lovely, man. I love it when it comes together like that, though. It's the thing I'm already getting about yourself. The kind of vibe is that you're just so kind of keen to kind of make music as much as anything else.
Yeah, man. Like for me, man, I see myself as an artist. Like I like everything. Especially when it comes to UK rap-based music. So that's why you'll hear me on you'll hear me on grime. You'll hear me on funky house. You'll hear me on garage. You'll hear me on a rap beat. I just like everything in it. I just feel like all my favourite artists that I like, they jump on different tempos and different genres, and I feel like it's important to do that.
Definitely, man. Really, really important to do. And I think that leads us on quite nicely to this next one then. So this next track we're going to be getting into, it goes by the name of Holly Hansen. So talk to me about this one. This is number 3 as well.
So Holly Hansen is just my grime freestyle sort of series.
Okay.
I was like there's no denying I was brought up heavily in the chav culture, where we really like you'd always get judged. Well, where I was from, you'd get judged if you had like a nice jacket. Do you know what I mean? So like brands like Helly Hansen and Henry Lloyd and Rockport and Muster and stuff like that. That was like our uniform back then.
Okay.
So Helly Hansen's obviously just a brand that I used to like when I was younger. So what I do is these Helly Hansen, there's like a Helly Hansen 1, 2, and 3. These Helly Hansen, like if you look online, you can find them. Like I'm in a different Helly Hansen jacket for each one.
Okay.
So look out for Helly Hansen 4. That will be coming this year. So yeah, man, and that's just me just spitting, just shelling, like going in on grime.
Nice, man. Really cool. Okay, so kind of with this then, is this going to be a series that you're kind of you're keen to carry on for as long as possible?
Yeah, man, definitely, and I want a sponsorship deal from Helly Hansen as well.
That'd be sick though, especially if it all ties back in and it's like kind of and you're wearing a different jacket in every video, and then they're the ones supplying the jacket. That could be wicked, Luke, in long term.
Yeah, man, that would be proper sick. And I've reached out to them. Like the reply to one of my DMs, I think it was Helly Hansen 2 or 1 actually, might have been 1 there, but nothing really happened. But I'm gonna keep on banging on that door.
Definitely, man. That's the best way to do it. You don't ask, you don't get at the end of the day. You know what I mean? I think that's something that's very important with this side of things. Okay, cool. Well, we're going to get into this one now then. This one is Helly Hansen 3. We are 12 minutes past 9 here on the Big Bad Trickstar Radio. It's Breakfast with Kovu. We're going to be getting into some more bangers a little bit later on. We're enjoying the conversation. As I said before, if you haven't already got it, make sure you go and grab that Trickstar Radio app. Out to Tia Talks, locking in this morning. Out to Levs as well. I hope you're doing well. Keep it locked. Don't go anywhere. Breakfast with Kovu. We are in the building till 10. Oh, yes.
CHIEDU ORAKA speaking. This one's for Debbie Stevenson.
This one's for you still. Listen, I'm saying, if you're gonna send for me properly. You met me, more chance winning lottery. Sent for twice in a week, can't stop me. Stop that tough man talk, can't drop me. Answer book chain, now that's costly. Cause I'm known from Norfolk to Otley. So don't disrespect me or mock me. I speak like this, I don't speak no cockney. I speak like this, I spit like this. Yorkshire and black cat techno. Never heard of a spitter from both, so me, I'm on smoke and cheer, don't miss. Underestimate me at risk, I don't spit like them, get spun like this. If I hear snakes hiss, you're dismissed. Then you might see a big black fist. No banks, them man tramps. Got no peas in banks, lockdown ramps, make girl dance. Man walk planks when I round these camps, always amps. Made your bed fit, man get blanks. Authority stamps, I'm 2 top ranks, you had 1 chance. And I make a man shiver when I give him my glance. I said, ooh, do you know who's done it for the city like me? I don't know them brothers. I'm too consistent and nobody back me, so I don't really feel no others. If man's too scared, the better wake up and come from under the covers. Cause who from the city can step up the city and spit and everybody shudders. I do that grind kid bop. I don't really care what they say, yeah I might do pop. And I'm good in a few different genres and all these purists can suck my butt. I'm not fussed if you like me or not, but no man decides who could take my spot. I'm not going nowhere, I'm staying, that's why my symbol resembles a lock. Yeah, don't be jealous, lockdown be the good fellas. Yes, MBB, no one here can tell us. My team be the top shellers. Or we can come to your club, shut down your raves. All you gotta do is bell us. And festivals will come in for you too on the rider. There better be Henny and Stellas. Black boy with the white boys killing it. Life be a battle, trust me, I'm winning it. 24/7, I'm down for the scrap. There's a gap in the game, mum's life, I'm filling it. And you want A game, I'm bringing it. Don't have respect for the ones that are winging it. Cause I'm trying to pack out venues, and my songs have people singing it. You got mud, then keep on slinging it. And them stories keep on spinning it. Go make 20 more of your diss tracks. My future's bright, yours dimming it. And that big fat hole keep digging it. Feel so good, my steps got a spring in it. Raise them levels when I do live shows, that's why me and KB keep on gymming it. Yeah, I'm a shine, don't worry. Them babies need to pick up their dummy. Work with me and them stormy weathers. Now wanna beg cause the weather's turned sunny. I was out here, nose all runny. Tell me now what be funny. Now cause radio play my tunes, all of a sudden wanna be my buddy. Them people want me, never be a sequel. I see most man, they're feeble. I ain't trying to be the equal. I believe in God, not evil. Lord protect me from anyone lethal. I just wanna make money legal. Put the mother in a range, not a beetle. This that real life stuff. I chase money, I don't chase no. 07 had a word in myself. I said to my mum, no more handcuffs. If I overreact, I call man's bluff. I'm not trying to prove that I'm rough. Yeah, I'm not trying to be what I'm not. I understand what I am is enough, and who's that CHIEDU and what's all the fuss? I don't think he's ever gonna bust. It's the accent sounds like a chav. So
right then, friends, we're back inside the building. Just on 9:15 here, we're live on the line with the one they call Oraka. With the Twitter app, and obviously involvement on Twitter, this is quite an interesting one. Like, how important do you think kind of Twitter like branding is to an artist today?
Yeah, man, it's very important. I think all social media is important. But definitely Twitter, man. Like, Twitter's... I like Twitter, man. It's definitely got its ups and its downs. It can be a negative place sometimes, man. It does my head in sometimes, I can't lie. But I just think you just have to be on top of your socials, and I think you need to be sort of socialising with your fans and stuff and other people and trying to reach out to people. It's a great tool. Yeah, man, Twitter's definitely the one.
Definitely, bro. I completely agree. The thing is, out of all of them, at the moment, I'm finding Instagram seems to be the go-to for most people, but Twitter's my favourite.
Yeah, I can see it. Twitter's good, man. Like you say, you can try and incite conversations with people you wouldn't normally be able to. Do you know what I mean? People who you would just feel are so far detached from your world. You could just send one tweet and they might reply. Do you know what I mean? That's happened to me like a few times. So, yeah, man, Twitter's good, but just tone down. People just need to tone down like the stupidness sometimes, because sometimes it can get a bit silly on Twitter.
Of course, man, definitely. I completely agree. Kind of moving forward then, in regards to how we're kind of structuring this. Let's kind of look over the last year or so. Like, how would you define your last sort of year music-wise?
You know what, like, last year, if we're going to do, like, a full, like, circle, like, 2019 was sick, man. Like, really good. Like, did some really good stuff. Remember even badly rang, do you know what I mean? Like, got loads of, like, Radio 1 play, and, like, it was at the BBC introducing track of the week on 1Extra. And
wow.
Did some bits, man, definitely. Obviously, it got featured in Mix Mag, got an 8 out of 10. Like, we did some stuff, remember even badly, and then like we performed like all over the country, and then I finished off the year with Helly Hansen, like a grime freestyle getting premiered on Radio 1, which was a real big look for me. Toddler T, big up Toddler T, doing that on Radio 1. So yeah, it was sick. Like, it was leading up to being a fantastic 2020, and then yeah, man, the pandemic came, man, and sort of just, you know what I mean, ruined it a little bit. But I suppose I can't complain, because there's a lot of artists that are in the same boat.
Of course, man. But I think with everyone though, I think the kind of thing with it is that it's hit everyone. You know, it's not as if like it's not as if there are people that aren't affected by it, because literally everyone is by the sound of things.
Yeah, everyone is. That's what I mean. But it's just, yeah, like, it's been mad. It has. Like I said, like 2019 was just a great catapult for 2020, but things have obviously just had to slow down a little bit. But recently, yeah, man, in the pandemic, I've just tried to just learn new skills. I've done a few bits, you know what I mean, like, because I do like spoken word stuff as well. So I've done some stuff with like a company called Apples and Snakes, some like online performances. I mean, I don't know how many Zooms I've had in lockdown. I didn't even know anything about Zoom until lockdown. Obviously, I've been like doing a lot of activism stuff in my city with the whole BLM stuff. So yeah, man, like, I think I've been homing in on different crafts that I didn't really know I had, you know what I mean? So I think it's been beneficial. Like, I'm someone who tries and looks for the positives all the time. Like, yeah, it's been a bit negative in terms of like releases and gigs and stuff, but in terms of other stuff, it's been okay, man.
Definitely, man. That's wicked, though, especially in regards to kind of knowing that at the end of that year you did have that momentum, and not necessarily just going, oh, it's all stopped now. It's not. There's no point carrying on. You have kind of just taken that energy and put it into other skills that you feel at some point, you know, they're going to be things that come in useful in the long run, I feel.
No, definitely, man. Definitely, I've like wrote articles and blogs and stuff like that, man. I've just tried to keep active and just kept on trying to represent and let the people know that new music is coming, and yeah, I'm not going anywhere.
Wicked, man. But that's what we like to hear, man. That's what we like to hear. So, kind of with that, then, obviously with new music that's been kind of created, like, how much has there been that's actually been made during that lockdown period? Like, are you able to record from home, or has it just been primarily a writing sort of scenario?
Yeah, I mean, stupidly, like, I've only just learned how to record myself at home. Yeah, so I've recorded like a couple of songs at home, but then we was allowed to get back into the studio, in our studio space. So we've recorded a few bits and bobs, but also we released the War Chant, the Majestic edit, which has been doing quite well. It's had plays on Radio 1. Do you know what I mean? It's done bits. It's recently got like new entry on like the Black Music chart done by Music Weekly. So yeah, there's bits and bobs that we've been doing. Do you know what I mean? We have been able to release, but I've got a new release coming. Like my plan is to release like four more tracks by the end of the year, and I'll be very happy if that happens.
Sick, man. Well, I mean, it's been really exciting kind of talking through it, to be honest with you, because there's so much stuff here to kind of get into. I mean, it's going to be difficult to dissect it all over the course of like a half an hour thing, but over the last sort of like, say 2 to 3 years then, what's the moment for you that's kind of stood out the most, if you could pick one singular moment?
Oh man, there's a few though, mate. There's a few. I think if I'm gonna be real and like, I'd say 2. Can I say 2 moments?
You can have 2. I'll give you 2.
I'd say like 2017, we did a festival in Hull. It's like a massive festival. It's called Humber Street Sesh. And like I said to you before, like my city is very guitar based. And I think that performance there, we headlined the BBC Introducing stage. And I think that performance there, like, situated us as being the main exports from the city. Like I say, we smashed it, moshes and everything, man. That was a big performance. Definitely, like, loved that performance. Like, I still look at the video, like, now, even though it was so long ago. Just to give me a little bit of motivation, you know what I mean, when I'm having a bit of a rubbish day. And then I'd say, like, the big moment is our biggest track, Darcy. Like, we made that in like a box bedroom in a council estate, and to see how far that track's come, like it's on like over, it's on nearly like 3 million streams on Spotify. Like it's just a track that means so much to us and means so much to so many people. Do you know what I mean? That was just the track that kept on giving. Do you know what I mean? We had so much love on that. Like Graham Shut Down on Spotify, Face of That, like. Yeah, man, just kept on going and going and going, man, and that one was a big moment for us. But we're just chasing more big moments.
Of course, man. I mean, the reason I ask kind of like main moments is because I feel to an extent when all said and done, the thing you look back on is the moments. Like you don't tend to look back on like the grind of things. You look back on those almost self-realization bits where you are suddenly in front of like 15,000 people, or you are hearing your tune getting premiered on One Extra or whatever. I feel like with those, it's important. And as you said earlier, you're not someone that necessarily takes the time out to give yourself a pat on the back, but I think it is important, you know.
No, it is important. And like I say with Darcy, I think Darcy was the game changer. That's what took us from being just like local MCs to just like sort of the whole UK sort of looking at us.
Definitely. Well, I mean, this is why this conversation's so interesting to me, man, because it does seem like you've built it from the ground up, and now you're in this position of established kind of established like notoriety. People know who you are, people know what you're about, and people understand the kind of sound you're kind of coming with. So let's kind of flip this round then and go and have a little look into the future before we kind of round off the show. Like, what's the sort of plan for post lockdown then? Like, what are you looking to get into the most? Like, what's the sort of the overall kind of vibe?
I have to, you know what it is? I have to just make sure that this music thing is, you know, like it's like a proper living, like a proper profession. Like I have to make sure that this is like my and it is a job, innit? Like there's no point sugarcoating it. Being a musician is a job, and I need to make sure that it is my proper job. I need to make sure that I acquire a lot more attention. Like, yeah, we've had attention, we've had people looking at us for a while now, but we need to solidify that, like full on solidify that, and just travel the country and just get a bigger and bigger fan base, because there's no one really doing it like me and my team. I personally feel, especially from Yorkshire, we've got big artists from anything north of London is classed as northern. Do you know what I mean?
Of course.
Like, Birmingham's classed as up north, but it's not. Birmingham's the Midlands, you know what I mean? But like, we've had success stories from Birmingham, we've had success stories from Manchester, but no one's really done it from Yorkshire. So I'm trying to be that guy, that leading guy, and that's the aim really. So to make this a profession, to definitely acquire a bigger and wider fan base, and to be the guy for my county.
Wicked, man. I mean, I love that as an ambition and as a just kind of overall vibe. Like the fact that you've got that kind of planned out and that's the vision you're going for. I think it's sick. And I'm loving it, and I'm loving hearing all about it because I can hear the kind of drive within your voice and the way you talk about things, man. It's quite inspiring to listen to. I've got to say.
No, thank you. I appreciate that, man. Like I say, I'm not here to sugarcoat anything, man. Like I'm just here to try and succeed. Like that might sound cliche. Do you know what I mean? You might have heard it all before, but it's just the truth.
Of course,
you know what I mean? I can't lie.
Of course, bro. Okay, cool. Well, we've got a couple of minutes left. We're going to jump into one more tune in just a second. Before we get into it, though, what are the best social media tags for people to get hold of you on?
So, if I was people, I would hit me up on definitely Twitter, which is Oraka, ORAKALD, and exactly the same on Instagram, ORAKALD, and the LD stands for lockdown.
Ah, there we go. I did not know that, but now I do.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. Well, we're going to finish up with one more tune. This one goes by the name of the War Chant. So, if we were to describe this in a couple of sentences, how would we do it?
I'd just say it's just like the boozy lockdown anthem. That's what I would say. Like, literally, it's perfect for it. Obviously, we can't really go to nightclubs or anything at the moment, but it's definitely one that you can bang on before you go out for your pre-lash to get you in the mood. So, yeah, man, bang it on UK garage bassline vibes. Yeah, man, put that on and I'm sure you'll have a great night.
Amazing, man. Well, thank you for jumping on the line today, dude. It's been an absolute pleasure. It's been really good to kind of talk through everything that you're involved in and kind of look back both over the history and the future plans. And I'm going to be keeping very, very close tabs on everything you're doing as stuff kind of returns to a sort of level of normality for the time being. It's been wicked, man, and we will speak soon. Stay in touch, yeah?
Yeah, man.
Amazing stuff. Right then, people, we're going to get into this one now. This one is the War Chant. It's just gone 28 minutes past 9 here. We are live on the Big Bad Trickstar Radio. We're also live via the YouTube channel, Cam TV. If you want the visuals, you can head over there and lock in via that. If not, download the Trickstar Radio app or get on the DAB or get on TuneIn or Radio Cult or any of them. We're on all of them and you can catch us there. So keep it locked. Following this, we are going to be jumping on the phone with Becky on the beat, talking about artist management within grime, production, the whole shebang. It's going to be a good one. Keep it locked, man. Don't go
It's a weekend, mate, just leave us. We drink the bar clean. We drink the bar clean. We drink the bar clean. We won't leave. We drink the bar clean. 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 We won't leave. We drink the bar clean.
On a night out, all the boys call scenes. Spent a lot of time in the back of the van, so I was on bill for the most of my teens. Those were the days when I used to sell. No Snapchat, I didn't know what I mean. Last orders, we start the war chant. We won't leave, we
puts me on my back. As since the days of Frosty Jacks, getting smashed on Bilton near the flats, putting two with my mates for a 20 pack, and I'm so on a mad one. You can't stop me, I'm not the TV, so please don't watch me. A girl likes these, so you made her block me. You're trying to be me, but you're not me. We drink the Berkeley. We drink the Berkeley. We drink the Berkeley. We drink the
Right then, my friends, we're back inside the building. How are we doing this morning? Just gone 31 minutes past 9 here on Trickstar Radio. I'm enjoying the show this morning. We're going to be moving into our second interview of the day. Becky on the beat is on the line. How are you doing?
Good morning. I'm good, thank you.
Good to hear from you, man. It's really, yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm enjoying the show. I'm enjoying being back in an actual studio as well, rather than just being in my room 24/7. Yeah, it's nice, man. It's nice. It's good to have you on.
Yeah, you sound lively. I like that.
There we go. You know what it is. I've kind of clocked. By the time it gets to this part of the show, I've already been awake for about 3 hours, so I'm like bang in the middle of my day.
Yeah, that's the same as me, because I get up at about 5 o'clock. I'm not sure what for, but yeah, I'm up, like, yeah, let's go.
It's good though, man.
It's lunchtime.
It's good though, man. It's good. I do genuinely feel if you are able to kind of get up super early and just kind of crack on with the day, I feel you by the time you hit, like, even if you're a bit tired, by the time it's like 9 or 10, you just seem to have got so much done. And it just feels like it's a really good way of approaching the day, getting up that little bit earlier.
I love those hours. They're my favourite.
Trust me. All right, cool. Well, we've got loads of stuff to discuss today, and we're going to be looking through a few different bits. We're going to be looking through the production side of things, of course. We're going to be looking through, as well as that, obviously looking through the artist management side of things. I want to kind of get a bit of kind of general background on yourself, though. Like, how long has music in general been something that's been very close to you?
My whole life, basically. I was brought up, like, my parents were into music. We all had music around me. My mum was like a active concert goer. My dad was involved in sound systems. So it's always been music from day dot.
From day dot. So literally it's been something that's like not even like you've kind of walked into it. It's been something that's just been in your life regardless of whether you'd have wanted it there or not, essentially.
Only consistent thing in my life.
Amazing. I mean kind of with that though, obviously that those kind of two elements growing up then, did you know from quite young that it was going to be something you were going to be involved in?
I didn't. I've done so many jobs and so many things, but I've always been around people in music, and they've always said to me, like, why don't you work in music? And I was like, well, don't know what to do, don't know where to start, don't know where to go. And Funk Butcher, I don't know if you know him,
of course.
He's like a house DJ. He was always like, Beck, you should have a job with music, like, and he was like really pushing me towards this music thing, and that's probably why I am what I'm doing today. Amazing,
man. I mean, so kind of with that then, what when we kind of break everything down, when you say obviously what you're doing today, how would you kind of describe that to like a kind of general audience?
Oh my gosh.
These are the questions I love asking in the morning.
I like, so obviously I manage Nasty Jack, and I manage myself now, so I'm just busy. Like, I was saying to Jack the other day, I feel like I'm going to have to get an assistant because I'm always doing something. And now, like, with going studio and making music myself and collaborating with other producers and artists, I'm just busy.
Nice, though, man. I think that kind of busy element's good, though. I think having...
It's good. It's really frustrating during lockdown because I don't have a home studio. So I go to the studio and work on what I can. And, like, from March to, like, June, I basically did like one studio session.
Mad.
It was just so frustrating, especially as I'm up early. I love to like be keeping myself busy, and I'm just at home doing admin stuff. I'm not now, but yeah.
Yeah, of course. I mean, that must have been quite frustrating. I mean, have you kind of found, obviously, since there's been a bit of an easing and there's been kind of like a somewhat return to kind of normality, have you kind of found a bit more kind of space and time to get to the studio to kind of get stuff done?
Yeah, I have. Because I was going to set up a home studio, but see my children's mouth here, the way that they're set up, I won't be able to get anything done in this house. It's like... But the littlest one wants to make beats. She wants to sing. All sorts is going on in here, so I wouldn't get much work done.
That's quite cool though. That it's almost like carrying on that legacy of being around music and kind of introducing, obviously the youngest into it from quite a young age.
Yeah, they love music. Both of them do.
I love that, man.
The oldest one's into like dance. And the youngest one's just into everything.
Okay, I mean, kind of with that then. Obviously, you've kind of mentioned being involved with Nasty Jack on a kind of on a kind of management level. We're going to get more into that a little bit later on, because obviously he's got a big project obviously out in the ether right now. So what I want to kind of look through first of all is your kind of production side of things and how you kind of ended up being on that kind of production wave, because obviously you kind of ended up working in music. But what came kind of first? Was it the management side of things, or was it the instrumental side of things?
No, it's definitely the management side of things. And then one day I was in studio with Jack, and he was like, "Oh, come, let me show you how to do this." And I was like, "Oh, I won't be able to take it in. Like, oh, it's going to confuse me." And he was like, "No, you're doing really good." And then it was like, "Okay, cool." And then
just came from there.
That only started like about a year ago.
Wow.
A year and a couple months ago.
Amazing.
And now, I just love being in the studio.
That's sick though, man. That's sick. I've just realised my bottle's in the way of my camera at the side. I need to move that. It's the worst thing to kind of realise. But anyway, kind of looking forward again then. So obviously with the production side of things, would you say that's something that you're spending, like, are you spending a lot of time now on that kind of, on kind of that, almost like because about a year in, I'd say you're probably around that stage where you want to get as much kind of music done as possible.
I am. I'm sitting on music. Like, I've got music. There'll be stuff out later this year, but I'm constantly wanting to go studio and thinking that I can do something better or make changes. I'm just constantly wanting to do stuff.
Nice, man. I mean, kind of with that then. I'm assuming when we're talking about kind of production, then it is primarily grime you're working in.
Yeah.
Like with that. So who would you say?
Dancehall style beats coming.
I'm looking forward to hearing them. But kind of like with that, if we're just going to kind of break down the grime sort of side of things, who would you say the kind of main influences are that kind of because everyone has them when they kind of run through their head when they're making tunes, they go, oh, this sounds a bit like that. I want to kind of carry on with that vibe. Who are the main kind of?
So I love DOK and P Jam.
They're the main two.
Yeah, I like them. I love Nasty Jack's like Shot of Music 3. That was like really my bag, and I'd like listen to that a lot. Filthy Gears. There's lots of people. There's so Spyro.
Of course. I mean,
like so many.
I mean, the funny one with Spyro is I feel he's almost like I feel with Spyro he's almost so like certified at this point that people almost kind of forget to mention him sometimes because it's so like.
I always mention him. I feel bad because I know that I'm going to come off this phone and I'm going to be like, oh, this person and that person and that person. And it's not just producers, it's like DJs, and also when I'm making beats. Sometimes I've got like an MC in my head that I'm making a beat for.
Okay, so like, what would that process like kind of include then? Would you say would you be like almost like mouthing their sort of acapellas as you're going? Like,
yeah, I can like when I've made it and I listen back, I'm not gonna lie. Often I spit Rico bars.
I love that though. I love that as an approach.
Often.
I love that though. I love that. Okay, so
Jack finds it hilarious, but I'm there like giving it. Yeah.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Kind of with that then. Kind of moving forward, we've got a few bits of yours to play today on the show. We're going to be getting into the first one of those in just a second. Now, this first track goes by the name of Murder Them. So talk to me about this one.
Yeah, this is like, I think this is, I'm forgetting because I've done a collaboration recently, so that's in my head. Murder Them, I like it. It's got a dancehall influence. I was definitely spitting Rico bars over this when I made it. It's just like, I like songs that I can vibe to.
Okay.
I make songs that I want to go and listen to in a dance. Not just listen to at home, but when I'm out, I want to hear them. And I want it to be music that I can dance to, not just stand up in an event and screw up my face against the wall. I want to like fall in, skank out.
There we go. That's what we love to hear, though.
I'm trying to think of the correct term.
That's what we like to hear, though, man. That's what we like to hear. We're going to get into this one now. We are live on Trickstar Radio. Don't go anywhere, my friends. Becky on the beat is on the line. This one, Murder Them. Keep it locked.
Come on, I murder people for fun. Murder.
My friends, we're back inside the building. How are we doing this morning? Just gone 43 minutes past 9. I hope everyone's enjoying the show and getting involved with what's going on. We are live on the line with Becky on the beat. Thank you for joining us this morning. How are you finding the show so far?
I'm good, I'm loving it.
There we go. That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear. Just for that, get explosions. I love having a sound pad. It's the first time I've actually had one in ages. So, kind of moving forward with yourself, then obviously we've been discussing the kind of production side of things, which is obviously the more recent of the endeavours that you're involved in. I kind of want to break down what you've got going on in regards to kind of management. Then, so what was the thing that kind of got you into management as the first thing you did kind of within the music industry?
It was right. So me and Jack. Like, I love Jack. Jack is, like, to me, a musical genius because he can just do everything. And I personally don't feel that Jack gets not the attention. He doesn't get what he deserves. He doesn't get the acknowledgement that I feel that he should.
Okay.
And at that point, he was just like, "Oh, I'm just here. I don't know what I'm doing." I was like, "Cool, I'm going to manage you." But I said it as a joke. And then he's like, "All right, then cool, manage me then." And then 2 years later, here we are.
Bad. That's so it was literally came from that. Just being like, "Oh yeah, I'll manage you."
I think we was at Grime Originals or something like that when it was in birthdays. And I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna manage you." And he's like, "All right, then cool." And that's it. And
I love that.
At first, no one like took us seriously because me and Jack are both a bit crazy sometimes. And they thought, "Oh, these two are going to end up arguing or they're going to end up falling out." But 2 years later,
still going. That's what I like to hear, though, man. That's what I like to hear. Kind of with that, then I'm assuming there was a certain amount of almost learning on the job to an extent.
It was learning on the job. Jack is like a musical genius. Jack will message me and say, "Oh, Bex, I need 5 pieces of artwork." I'm like, "What do you mean you need 5 pieces of artwork?" He's like, "I need 5 pieces of artwork by 5 o'clock. Can you do that?" I'm like, "Jack, I don't know how to do artwork. What are you talking about?" He's like, "All right, then go and learn."
Mad. As much as I like that, as much as I very much believe in that, to just kind of spring it short notice. How did you kind of feel being in that position where you're then like, "Okay, right, I've got to pick it up."
But Jack always says to me, He says, whenever I ask you to do something, you never tell me no. You just go off and you figure it out.
That's what I love,
I
though.
was only saying it as a joke as well. Like, but at 5 p.m, you came back to me with 5 pieces of artwork.
So what? He didn't actually need 5 pieces of artwork?
Yeah, no, but he used them in the end, but he was just seeing to see what I would do.
Oh, that's fire,
Jack
though.
likes to do things. This was in the beginning.
Sick.
And so obviously I learned to do artwork very quickly.
It's sick, though. I mean, kind of even with that, though, that's now something you've kind of got in the locker, like, long term, you know?
Well, this is what I'm saying. So everything that I've learned, I'm quite self-sufficient, independent. I don't need to wait on anyone. I know that artists sometimes have to wait on artwork, have to wait on the distributors, have to wait on this, that, and the other. Between me and Jack, we can do everything that we need to do in-house.
Yeah, I think that's a good kind of, it's a good situation to be in. And I think it's, if you're looking to kind of progress as well and kind of move forward and really kind of push to that next kind of level, I think having everything within your own hands is something that I feel personally is very important. I think
but it's that, because then you're not giving no one else a cut either.
Yeah, very true, very true. And even in another sense, you take the skills with you. Like, you've gained those skills. You suddenly...
Yeah, I've done artwork for other people and little, like, custom graphic logos, which I had no clue how to do 2 years ago or even a year ago. So I am literally, like, just developing skills left, right, and centre.
That's sick, though, man. That's sick, though. And I think it does make for... It means just kind of long-term, more than anything else, you're in a position where you can then kind of take more people on. Is that something you've ever kind of considered, taking extra people on?
I don't know. I don't know. Jack is such a handful, and then, like, I've literally, like, I'm not sure. It'd have to be, like, someone that would be in that team that can give as well as receive from being under my management.
Okay, cool.
Like, Jack's taught me a lot. As much as I've done for him, he's done for me as well.
Yeah.
So it's been give and take both ways.
Yeah, no, I feel it.
Fair exchange. Fair exchange is my favourite phase at the moment. Yeah, it's got to be a fair exchange, I feel like.
Yeah, that makes sense though, and I think especially in a kind of modern scenario when it comes to that sort of artist management relationship, a lot of the time when I've had conversations with people who are in that sort of artist manager kind of groove, you tend to find that it is a very kind of give and take scenario. Like, the artist will often kind of help in a certain way in regards to the management, and the management will help in a certain way in regards to the artist. I think that's just a very sort of almost 2020 approach to the music industry.
Yeah, it makes sense. It definitely makes sense. That's why me and Jack have such a good working relationship and non-working friendship that I don't know that I would have that with someone else.
So
that would fit into our team,
yeah,
so to speak.
Yeah, that makes sense though, man. It does make sense.
Someone might, but you never know. I'm never saying never, but
I think the important thing of this is more than anything else, understanding the situation and what kind of management is to you at the end of the day. Because I feel the term management has a lot of different meanings, even in different genres. I feel management has completely different meanings, and I've met managers whose like main thing is something that's completely different to another manager that I know. So it's almost become quite a wide term.
It is a very wide term. I can be like Girl Friday, booking agent, management, uploading music, doing artwork, uploading videos. Yeah, literally.
Yeah, fully. But that's sick though, man. That's sick. And I mean, kind of with this, we've got a few minutes left on this one, so I want to kind of make sure we get as much kind of information out of this as we go. Like, if you were to give someone starting up in management, like a couple of tips and a couple of pointers, like what would you say the main things you've kind of learned over this last 2 years have been?
Patience has got to be the main thing when you're dealing with artists, because they don't always work to your time frame. It's not just a 9-to-5 job. It's not a 9-to-6 job. I could have Jack calling me at 3 o'clock in the morning, asking me to do something. It's just having patience and knowing where your boundaries are. Boundaries is a good thing.
Yeah, boundaries. Yeah, that makes sense, man. I agree, and I think that understanding of patience is something that I would actually amplify and say is something that's important if wherever you work in the music industry, because you're always at some point going to be dealing with someone who isn't necessarily working to your timescale, regardless of how kind of in-house you make stuff and how much it's between like a small kind of team that handle everything. Yeah. There's always going to be external factors, and I think having that patience is extremely important.
patience and understanding.
Definitely. Okay, cool. Well, we've got a few minutes left. So
Get your head around PRS as soon as you can.
What I was going to say also, what's been the most kind of difficult thing to kind of get your head around? Is it PRS?
PRS, and there's like a site called Music Brains.
Okay.
And where you have to put all the metadata, and then it lines up with like the BBC's metadata, and the website is just horrendous. It is horrendous. And also like organising things with other MCs. MCs are like the worst people ever. They're not the worst people ever, but like to get anything done, you just have to bugger them to bits.
Yeah, no, I feel that, man. I feel that.
Easy MCs are the ones that you say, oh, can you do this? And they just give it back to you with no hassle within 24 hours.
Yeah.
Those are the people that I love to work with, but not everyone's like that.
Of course, man. Of course. It's. I feel especially in grime, it's made up of a lot of different people that all kind of are in different positions as well and have different approaches. So again, it folds back to that idea of understanding and patience as much as anything.
Definitely.
There we go. Okay, cool. Well, we've got one more track of yours. We've got a couple of tracks of yours to play, so we're going to get into one of them in just a second. Before that, though, I want to kind of look to the future. Like, what's the big plan for 2020 post-lockdown?
Well, I've got some things, but I really hate speaking on things until they're put in stone. I've been doing some DJing.
Okay.
Lately. I've got a guest mix that's going to come out on a platform this month. I'm not 100% sure when, so look out for that. And obviously I'm just collaborating.
Nice.
I think I've made music that I've proved to myself, so the next step for me is to work with other people and see how I go with that. As I said, I've got a collaboration with Filthy Gears coming out soon, which I love. So love rhythm.
Lovely. I mean, this is sick though, man. I feel you're in a position now where you are being super, super productive. You've got the music on the way. You've got that kind of essentially very kind of busy relationship with Jack as well, which is obviously involved in the kind of day-to-day running music-wise. So I think you're in a really good position kind of moving forward.
Yes, thank you.
There we go. So we've got a minute left before we get into this one. So talk to me about this tune, Cocktails Rhythm. Tell me about it. How does it go?
Cocktails Rhythm is my favourite one.
What, out of anything you've ever made, this is the favourite one?
It's a bit hard, but that first EP, obviously I made White Rum Silver Boots, which was my absolute favourite, but that's because it's my first track. But this is like my vibe. I'd love to hear it out, love to hear MCs on it. It gives me a bit of nostalgia because it reminds me of a bit old school grime. I love it.
Lovely stuff. Well, we're gonna finish up. We are gonna finish up here then.
Cocktails and alcoholic beverages.
There we go. we are gonna finish up here, Becky. Thank you for jumping on the line this morning. It's been really good to talk. It's been really good to hear about what you've got going on. No, my absolute pleasure, man. My absolute pleasure. We're gonna get into this one next. Before we do though, what is the best social media tag for people to get hold of you on?
At Queen Bex.
And that's
with one Z.
With one Z. I made that mistake this morning. I apologise. Tweet Deck done me dirty. I apologise. It's my fault. It's my fault. There we go. We're going to crack on with this one then. Thank you for jumping on. We'll speak soon. And enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you. You too.
Lovely stuff. This one, Cocktails Rhythm. Becky on the beat. Don't go anywhere. Right, Mike is down. Track is playing. We're all done. There we go. Lovely stuff. Yeah, all good, man. It sounded wicked. Enjoy the rest of your day then. I'll get the podcast stuff over to you as soon as it's up and done. But yeah, enjoy the rest of your day. You'll get an inbox from me in about an hour and a half or so when everything's online. And enjoy. Nice one, man. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bless.
Becky on the beat.